I would like to introduce the next candidate to you. I'm quite sure he has a lot to tell you here tonight. And that's none other than Mr. Carl Buncamper.
Good evening, everybody. Once again, welcome to all present and to all of those that will view this delivery via social media. I am your number 4 candidate on the WIPM list. As you know, I am for human rights. This has always been, is, and will be my platform. Human rights cover the concerns of all of us as people of Saba. All of the 9 principles, as I previously stated, of the WIPM party are based on human rights, which is why I chose to work within this circle. A criticism that is often heard about our government is that we are not open and transparent. In other words, information is hidden and otherwise not given to the community. While I think this is an overgeneralization, I do think that our system of communication can be improved. We should overhaul our existing communication strategies to better inform the public. In the coming term, the WIPM faction in the Island Council will look to improve the flow of information. To use these tools to work under this system and to execute their specific tasks, various resources will be allocated. We will look to you, the public, to evaluate this communication plan and will gladly use your input to make changes if and when needed. This is a move I think will promote transparency and openness, which in turn I hope will promote the participation of every citizen in the functioning of government. This is progress. This is stable leadership. Some other important concerns that we all have facing our island is poverty alleviation and the improvement of the buying power of our people. The outcomes of the evaluation will give us the tools we need to mitigate poverty and assist in building our case with our European counterparts in the national government. As we have been doing, the WIPM-led government will not sit back and wait for solutions presented by The Hague, but will continue to network and lobby to implement or reverse scenarios and laws that will lead to higher standards of living for our community. As my track record speaks for itself, I will continue to give attention to the well-being of all, and with a keen interest with regards to the most vulnerable groups within our society. And this means the pensioners, the low-income earners, the single parents, and the disadvantaged youths. We need a fairer tax model that is relevant to our present situation, yet with appropriate and fair social benefits. The duty of the state towards society is of real importance for the WIPM. This will be a cause that I will continue to champion for. Though the WIPM sees this long-term duty as being mostly to create the conditions where the residents will become more self-reliant, initially this may have to be a more direct duty from the state towards society to help ease the burdens that our community faces. I want to turn your attention now to the state of our economy. The WIPM party continues to believe in a free economy. That is an economy that is based upon the principles of private enterprise and is embedded in human rights. You have heard me say time and time again that we need to think outside the box when we live in a small-scale community and when limited resources are available. And when researching projects and activities that will have a sustainable and positive economic growth factor, we must do our homework diligently. You have heard from the Saba Labour Party of their plans. They want to see a marina and a golf course and zip line. First of all, our attempts at economic growth need to take into consideration the conservation and protection of our environment. After all, without this, we are no longer the unspoiled queen. A golf course, for example, takes up many acres which could otherwise be productively used. No mention is made about the potential for erosion and landslides or the high usage of water. Do you realize that a small golf course requires a minimum of 400,000 liters of water or 105,000 gallons of water per day? That is roughly 5 full average to large cisterns by SEBA standards every single day. Think about it. Even if we were to risk our nature, let us look at how much money it may result in. The capital for this will be foreign, as no SEBA resident will be able to foot the bill of building and owning it. It is unlikely the top management will be a SEBA resident as well. Some lower level jobs will be created, yes, but at the expense of what makes SEBA unique. So that leaves us with a project where all the profit does not go to the people living here. This coming from a party that claims that it will fight for the people, yet this creates more burden on our tax structure, as lower level jobs do not put much resources into the tax base to contribute towards our already stretched social benefits according to us residents. While the CEO sits in his comfortable chair in Europe or North America. Remember also that our marina will have competition from St. Martin and St. Bart's and many other islands surrounding us, so there is no guarantee this will work either. The best way forward, in my opinion, is to ensure that the products of our economic growth remain on the island. This can be done by stimulating local entrepreneurships, by supporting programs that offer both capacity strengthening and low interest loans. For example, I will seek to reintroduce programs that help persons who want to start a business to create a proper business plan, as well as guidance in implementing these plans. These programs can also include teaching things like financial management, administration, and basic business principles. The foundation of our economic development should be the Spatial Development Plan, which the WIPM-led government is presently working to finalize. But this is just a guide. My fellow residents, we are a creative and innovative bunch of people. Our strength lies in entrepreneurship and diversification of our local market. Let us not be driven by emotion and rhetoric and the gossip of the past that have manifested themselves among certain individuals, and let us continue moving forward together. We can twist and turn it however we want, but at the end of the day, what remains a fact is that our unspoiled queen remains the envy for many who wish they could join us on our soil and be part of this prosperous and beautiful piece of the Netherlands, which happens to be located in this gorgeous Caribbean region. So on March 18th, use your democratic right and come out and vote. Cast your vote based on responsible information provided. Vote based on knowledge, capacity, and common sense. Vote for a stable, progressive leadership. Vote WIPM. Vote candidate number 4, Buncamper CA. Vote yours truly, Carl Buncamper. And let's move forward together for a stronger and more dependable future for us all.